forgot to turn the mic up. How are you going, man? Interesting game. Give me a second. Okay, our defense is the problem. I don't see it. I mean, it's not a defensive play today. At the four, they're not controlling the puck, and they're letting Pittsburgh walk all over them. And I bet you Lance agrees with me. Hey, Lance, buddy.
Sorry about my lighting, but
how you doing, my friend?
the first goal wasn't on the defense. It was just a good shot that was screened. That's not on the defense. The second goal, just as Darren Payne said, I was thinking the same thing when he said it. Huso was a little bit too far on his angle, too close to the post. If he'd have played it properly, he'd have been about 6-7 inches to the left, and that puck would have never went in. So that's on Huso. And the first goal was just a good shot, the good screen shot.
Right. No, I agree. I do. And, apparently I'm blind, and that's nice to know. Golf King thinks I'm blind. But I'll tell you what, the one goal we got proves my point more than anything else in the world. Watch that goal. If you watch that goal happens because of the neutral zone. Barbashev is able, hold on, I'm trying. Barbashev is able to get a beautiful pass to Perron, who is moving his feet, who is going forward, not standing still. And because he's going forward with speed, he's got a guy going backward. You will always skate faster going forward than anyone will ever skate faster going backwards. Right? Am I right? You're always going to skate faster forward than someone else is skating backwards. He's able to get around him, get him turned, and get the goalie out of position, get Yari out of position, and score. I'm sorry, I'm not blind. I really think, hey, Wendy, I really think that the issue is a lot more offensive. And the Blue, I mean, they took, 4 or 5 shots in that period? How do you win a game taking that? I was thinking they were going to be lucky to be down 1-1. And here we are, 2-1. I think we have a chance. But you've got to get Pittsburgh moving, and you've got to control the puck in the offensive zone.
Well, if you've noticed a difference, and I think Wendy will agree with me, watch Pittsburgh in the offensive zone. And it's like I brought out in the first period. When they had a power play or when they get in the zone, there's not a lot of guys just standing in an area waiting for the pass. They're all moving around, trying to get the defense off, trying to get them to make a mistake and overcommit to a certain area of the ice. Am I wrong, Wendy?
Yeah, that's what Pittsburgh does. They are a team that moves the puck. If they're in their O zone, they're moving around, trying to set up a cycle and get stuff going. And that's what they continue to do.
And the Blues aren't doing it.
Yeah, no, actually, I don't think the Blues are going to make a trade. The time that you and Jeff Horseman says, let's trade some of these snails for speed. Well, I mean, we have speed. It's just not being used correctly tonight. They're not using it, but it's not. You don't make trades during the season. You make them in the off season, right? Those are the trades that get you to the next step, not the ones in season. And I don't think that you're going to find a trade that is an addition trade. I think every single trade out there that I've seen is subtraction by addition. And Jeff, I disagree. Jeff, I want to know if you play hockey, bud.
I want to ask a question, and I know the answer to this from Wendy. Look at all the cups that Chicago won, in the late 2010 or the early 2010s, so on and so forth. How many trade deadline deals did they make that helped them win a cup? To me, the answer is 0. I don't remember any. Were there any big trades they made right before the trade deadline, Wendy?
2.
But were they the big ones that really put them over the edge? I don't remember any of them that really, because I thought the Blackhawks all those years were just strong cup contenders even before those trade deadline deals.
Yeah, before the trade deadline, in each of the cup run years, yeah, they were viewed as contenders, but the Hawks made 2 deadline deals for depth roles. And one year they went into the deadline knowing they have a ton of cap space because Patrick Kane was down with a broken clavicle. And So they went in and acquired some players to fill into the roster for a
Yeah.
cup run again. And then Kane came back in the playoffs, and then there you go. You had the team ready to go for the playoffs.
Yeah, they were more of the fill-in guys that just could fill a role when they needed him to.
Yeah.
I think Blues fans, Wendy, seem to think that the Blues are going to go out and make this big, huge trade at the deadline, and it's going to make them cup contenders. I just don't see it.
Didn't St. Louis just 3 years ago when they won the cup, they didn't even do a single trade?
Nope, nothing.
Not even a single trade, right?
So
there's something that happens when you do these trades, and I think Florida shot themselves in the foot, right? Here's one of the best teams in the
they gave up a lot.
They gave up a lot for Sherratt. I'm not a big Sherratt fan myself.
It's not what you gave up. It's what you're telling your current players. You guys aren't good enough unless we make this trade. We have to bring somebody else in because you're not good enough. That's exactly what you're telling the players.
If I was Florida, I would have done a depth move, not a player like Sherratt. Because there's been a lot of speculation from Chicago and Florida where it's going to be Calvin DeHaan probably going to the Florida Panthers.
Yep.
DeHaan's a good number 7 or number 6 defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Florida could have really used, not a player like Sherratt, who's viewed upon by their standards as a top 4 defenseman.
I think the Blues are a better contender than people are giving them credit for. First of all, it doesn't matter how good you are going into playoffs. It's all about matchups, right?
Well, it's to me, it's all about how hot you're playing. You can be an average team or a good team and get in the playoffs in the 5th to 7th position. But if you're playing hot, you can go far in the playoffs. I mean, look at the Canadians. The Canadians, were bad.
That was matchup. They actually matched up very well against Toronto, and Toronto lost a huge piece in the game. In the first round. That hurt them and why they lost the final 3 games. They lost 3, they were up 3-1 and lost. When Tavares goes down, that mentally destroyed that team. That Tavares hit and it was a legal hit. It wasn't one of those that, it was an accidental hit.
It was a fluky.
It was a fluke, yeah.
It was a complete fluke because Tavares was already down on the ice.
Yep.
And Corey Perry had nowhere else to go but try and jump over Tavares, but his knee went into Tavares' head.
Mm-hmm.
It was a complete fluke what happened.
Clem and a 1 for Flower. I don't want to.
No.
Guys, I don't think that Flower brings you look. I think, first of all, if you do that, the money, this is the problem. And I think everybody's, we can just trade. We have no freaking money. Anything that you bring in, you have to take away. Find me one player that you're going to bring in, and the players that you take away to equal their salary is going to bring you up, is going to elevate you. And I can't find one. Not one freaking player out there that's available that will do that.
That's a joke. There is one player out there that a lot of people are viewing should be making $6 million.
Yeah.
He's making 1.5 million, and that's Brandon Hagel.
Yeah, but I don't know if Brandon really. Available? Yeah, I'm sure if with the right offer, anybody's available. But
there's a lot of speculation the Hawks are going to maybe trade Hagel if they can fetch what they're looking to get, which is at least 1 first, a top prospect, and a NHL ready player.
Yeah, but in my mind, are Chicago going to trade him to St. Louis?
No, they won't trade with St. Louis.
Yeah, Chicago won't trade him to St. Louis, and I like him, but they won't trade him to St. Louis. And number 2, I don't think he fits their system. And in a couple, very soon he's going to be making some pretty good money. He ain't going to be making 1.5 million very much longer.
Right. Here's another one. Oh my God, Scandella's the worst fucking defenseman, and I'm sorry, I'm going off. I'm pissed. I'm so sick and tired of hearing Scandella's so fucking bad. He can't play worth a shit. Fucking trade Scandella for a goddamn bag of pucks right the fuck now. It don't work that way, people.
I did not expect a full-blown rant like that.
Oh, it was a big rant there, guy.
That was a good one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Golf King's gonna hate me, but I love him, but no, it doesn't work that way, right?
You know where I stand on Scandello from what I was saying last night. I think he's
Yeah.
overrated.
Oh, I do too. I think he's an average defenseman at best. That's my take on him. In my mind, he's a fifth or sixth defenseman, and he's in my mind, he's not a top four. He's average. He's when he plays well,
I say
he's
he's
good.
a bottom three. I say he's a bottom three. I can see him. I can see him in the 4 spot. I can see him in the 4 spot.
Yeah, I don't see him as a top four. I see him as more of a 5 or 6 guy.
Yeah, I honestly see him 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, 7 is even option 2.
Okay, but he's played with Parayko and done well.
Yeah.
He's done well.
Yeah, I
He's
want to ask.
had mistakes too, but nobody's perfect. I
Yeah.
just don't think that he's the issue that everybody thinks he is. And I'm going there.
Well, I think I still keep saying, Guy, it's about playing your game and playing consistently, and the Blues just aren't doing that.
Well, they have a team. They're playing a team tonight that is really coming in and taking it to them, and they're a good team. Standings wise, they're a better team. I don't think that they're a better team overall, but they're playing well tonight. They've got the Blues off their game, and the teams that beat the Blues beat them in the neutral zone. Every single game that we've lost, almost every single one, we've been beaten in the neutral zone. We made a neutral zone mistake. We don't get the puck through the neutral zone. The only goal we have tonight is a neutral zone goal.
Here's a
Right?
question.
Go.
Doesn't St. Louis have a losing record against the Metro this year?
I think so. Let me look. I got it. Hold on. I had all that up earlier.
Because some teams have issues when they play one certain division.
Yep.
Versus the Atlantic.
That happens a lot.
There's the Atlantic. They are 7-4-2 versus the Metro. They are 5-4-1.
Yeah, I thought they were around 500.
Right, and they're 11-9-3 against the East. Right, and Pittsburgh is 5-2-3 against the Central and 14-6-5 against the West. So yeah, I mean that's part of it. That's part of it. Jeff, I'm not saying that we're slow with speed. We're not. We're missing guys. We don't have the guys that have speed on the same lines together. So you have guys, and not only that, we keep doing the same damn. The definition of insanity: keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you keep taking the puck down the wing with nobody else with you, expecting to get it in deep, you're fucking insane. And that's what the Blues are doing.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm hot.
I haven't heard this many F-bombs since I was at a bar and there was a bunch of Navy guys in there. Oh, never mind, Guy's a Navy guy.
Hey, you know what? I'm allowed to every now and then to just let one go. And I'm sorry. I hope he does. He needs to. I didn't like I told you when I saw the lines today, offensive. Here we go. This is the game right here. Pittsburgh, 5 minutes and 28 seconds in the ozone. The Blues, 3:29. 3 minutes, almost 2 minutes more. That's exactly what it was against the Jets.
It's
exactly what it was against the Jets.
It's tough when you don't get very many shots on goal, and it's tough when you're not spending very much time in the offensive zone. You can't score unless you're in the offensive zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Golf King's not mad at me, even though I blew up on him. I appreciate that, Golf King. Maybe I need to blow up more often. I had 15 people watching there for a while.
Sometimes rants help channels.
Say again?
Sometimes rants actually help.
Yeah.
I notice when I rant on my end.
I'm tired of hearing the surface. Stop looking at the surface, because the surface isn't the problem. You can fix the surface all day long. If you don't fix the rust underneath it, you're not getting anywhere. And the rust is the play of our forwards defensively. That's the rust. Offensive zone. You fix that. All this shit with the defenders goes away. It absolutely goes away. You have to fix the rust first, and nobody's seeing it. And I think that's the rust. Lance, you watch this team as much as I have. I know Indy hasn't. Do you agree or disagree with me? And I don't care which way you go.
I think there's an underlying problem. The defense at times doesn't look good, but every team has games where the defense doesn't look good. I think their offensive players, for the most part, a lot of times, I don't expect them to be Alex Steen when he was a great two-way player. I don't expect players to be that way, but you've got to be responsible defensively. I mean, Jonathan Tays is an offensive player, and he's pretty good defensively. He's pretty responsible defensively. Your offensive players have to be responsible defensively, and if they're not, you're going to have issues.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this lazy, slow back check, and I do agree with the back checking not being strong. Yeah. I don't think they're lazy play. What you're calling lazy play, and Jeff, you have to understand that a lot of this quote-unquote lazy play is being created by Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh is playing the Blues perfectly. Perfectly. I give them all the credit in the world. The Blues aren't losing this game. Pittsburgh is winning it. Now, are the Blues doing things that they could do to win it? No, they're not. But they're not doing it because Pittsburgh is preventing it. That's what I'm seeing.
They're holding St. Louis to their heels.
Yeah. They're really putting them. They're really putting the Blues on their heels, and Pittsburgh's creating opportunities. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of those games that the Blues have not played well, but for about 6-7 minutes of the whole game, if that. If this is one of those games that if you can get a tie and take it to overtime and get a point out of it, you better take it. I want to win, but if you can come back and tie this and take it to overtime, I would take that point.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, guys, third period's about to come on. This is Guy the Wild Blues fan for Lance and Wendy. Hoping we'll have both of them at the post-game show. And I apologize for my tirade. I probably should have held the F-bombs in, but you know what? I just got to a point after 3 days of this. 3 days. And Wendy, we went over it yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same thing over and over again. I just couldn't hold it in. I apologize. I'll see you guys all at the post-game show.
See you later.
I want Lance to respond. The forwards don't lack hockey IQ, but lack situational awareness. That's a great point, and we'll discuss that in the post-game show. Aloha, everybody.